bringing us forward to 2025, people, that was so early 2000. What do they say? That's so 2000. I mean, if you're going to throw it back, the kids are like that.
Now they're like in the 1900s. You were born in the 1900s.
Century.
Yeah, that was so last century. But bringing it forward to 2025, social media and real estate, and can it help you sell your house? I have to say, I had to eat some crow because I was like, social media, I don't know if it really can help you as a seller. And lo and behold, we had a property out in La Plata, and it had all these great features. I'm like, why is this thing not selling? And I posted a stinking TikTok, and here you go. We had all kinds of activity after that. I think that they got
sold it.
A couple thousand views, and it actually ended up selling it. The person that saw it on TikTok wanted to see it and ended up buying it. So I do think it could impact sellers in a good way, but there's a lot of ways to go about social media, and maybe you all can speak to this a bit. Sometimes it's a little over the top. We see a lot of realtors just constantly posting, and I couldn't say we're not guilty of that. Sometimes we do. We try to be very cognizant of how we post and whatnot. So it's just not, we never want to cross over to that spammy type of thing. But do you think, Aspen, that social media can really help you sell your home?
Yeah, I do. And I was the one kind of where I came in the group really pushing to get social media, because especially I haven't been doing sales in real estate as long as you guys have. So for me, it's all about just like being front of mind for people. And some people my age are still buying their first house. So just letting them, and they might not know the process and they don't know how to call a realtor. It's very foreign. So I think for me and my age especially, it's kind of mandatory. You pretty much have to have, there's always going to be the outliers that don't do social media and are successful just from their sphere and their circle, but most of us need some kind of social media. Now, I don't do Twitter. I just don't have anything that witty and quick to say, and I don't enjoy being on Twitter, or X, I guess now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But so I think it's anything that's actually that you enjoy being on and enjoy doing, then that's probably what you should do. And don't force it, and don't try and copy other people, because it's not going to come off as genuine. And I think for a long time we were seeing like going from Facebook to Instagram, everything's super curated and edited. And now going to TikTok, people don't want to see that anymore. They want like more genuine and real, and, embrace the errors. Like even my daughter, I was like trying to take a Instagram picture for her first car. We took way too many pictures, but she was like, they don't want any edits. They almost want to look kind of silly in their pictures, like taking them at 0.5. So it's kind of just the keeping up with trends. And I like the less edited more, for sure.
Well, yeah, now it's going towards like Polaroid.
Mm-hmm. They have apps
quality.
on their phones.
Yeah. You're going to make this picture look like crap now. It's retro.
Yeah, it's true.
My daughter takes the 0.5 and she puts it up to my forehead. So
Mm-hmm.
my face looks all distorted.
I'm so old, I don't even know what a 0.5 is.
That's like taking your camera angle and widening it. So it's like almost like a fishbowl lens.
It's like looking through the people in the door.
But then the kids, they put it, because that's like my profile picture for all the kids. They take a picture from the top and you're like looking up, and it's like you look like all wide-eyed. And your forehead looks about a mile long.
Yeah. So would you say, like, from a social media standpoint, if you're a realtor, is it more about just getting attention to the house, or should it be a little bit more directed, a little bit more polished, or what do you think is more effective?
I think it depends on the property. So I think for your pictures, your main pictures that you're sharing, it needs to be polished. You need to have good professional pictures. It needs to look clean. You can't just go in there with a cell phone and take a picture. I mean, again, you can for some things, and it will probably sell no matter what. But I think, this is we're professionals and we need to lead with that. But I think you can also then do maybe a funny, silly video. Like, I think that is what people are really liking to see. It's making a lot of attention. And like the video that you did that sold that house was just you on your cell phone going around and putting it together. I think that is appropriate. So I think it depends on the place, depends what medium you're sharing it on. If I'm selling a luxury ranch in Colorado, I'm probably going to market it a little bit different than if I'm selling an investment property. So I think it depends on what you're selling, and that's how you need to do your marketing.
Interesting. So Shannon, maybe you can jump in on this because you and I are the fuddy duddies of the group.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
We're having the hardest time with
I'm
social
feeling
media.
young today.
Yeah. I almost feel like it's like our new age of an open house. Because remember, like open houses, the neighbor would come in and be like, oh, you know what? My friend's cousin wants to is looking for a house like that. And so then they're passing it along. And now social media is kind of that thing where people see it and they go, oh, you know what? I think so-and-so, if they haven't seen it, I should send
somebody's
it.
always tagged in your videos of your new listings, or they're sharing them out.
Do you think it's kind of evolved into that? It's maybe kind of the new vein of an open house?
Yeah, I think people are more digital than hands-on these days. So instead of going to an open house, most of them would probably rather see a walkthrough video.
Well, what about just a few flashes of images or just anything to get attention? Do you think it's just better to have attention on the home? Or
I think so.
Or just
I don't think that can be. The only time I really see it negative is when maybe you have a house that hasn't sold and somebody literally every day reposts it and reposts it and reposts it. Now you're just reminding people.
It's kind of stigmatizing.
Yeah. And now people, you're just realizing that this house has sat around for a long time and I'm not even interested in it, even if it may, look a little bit interesting to you.
Oh, I think another price reduction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you really overdo that. I think when you, put it and then the next day you're like, oh, under contract. And the next day you're like, oh, we're back on the market. Oh, we're back under contract. We're back on the market. People are going, what's wrong with that house? There's a point where you stop doing that and just lay off and let it simmer a little bit. Yeah. Maybe bring it back in a couple of weeks if it hasn't sold again. I think I agree. That's my opinion because I see that and I don't want to say get annoyed with it.
Oh, I get annoyed.
That's all I see. And I'm guessing the general public is just as in tune to that.
I just get annoyed because I'm like, I want to see your kid pictures and your food pictures. And occasionally I love seeing like people's work if they win an award or something like that. But really, if your whole thing is just houses, it's a little boring.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could just go look at your website and see all of that. That's not what I want to see from social media, but some people might really like that. But for me, I agree with you.
So there, you can't cross the line and just get spammy then.
Yeah, because I unfollow those people and then it defeats the whole purpose of doing it.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting.
Not like unfriend, just unfollow where
just
I'm not.
Unfollow. And they don't see that.
They don't see that, but then I'm not really seeing their stuff.
All their stuff. Yeah, I think that could negatively affect a seller too. So you have to find that healthy balance. Paul, I'm taking it to you. What about like your thoughts on, let's say you're a polarizing personality. You have very strong political beliefs. Either way, it doesn't matter.
How do I get this question?
Well, I'm just asking, or
because you're very neutral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was the polarizing one.
You're flat line over there. But if you're just like a polarizing personality and maybe you're buying a property and you submit an offer and there's a couple offers, I mean, do you think that, how many sellers do you think go out and just kind of research their buyers on social media? Because I've seen it happen.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and
we have this new app that it's called Forewarn, so we can go and look up anybody to see if we're getting into a bad situation with somebody we don't know. So we do it too. I think I hear a lot of times that, I'll check them out on their fishermen too. I'm going to like these people. Or I've heard the other way that, I don't know if you're trying to get into politics or something like that.
No, but I'm just saying, you can be a polarizing figure.
If you are polarizing online, then it could be a turnoff for a seller. I don't work that way, but a lot of people do. Like I was looking at a statistic when we were dealing with this, or when this topic came up, that more than half of people are getting their news from either Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
I do.
As opposed to the TV.
But I follow news sites like that I consider reputable. So I mean, technically, yes, I'm getting my information from Instagram or TikTok, but it's like information that I consider to be reliable.
Right.
So.
But if you're doing
not memes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where I find out the latest news.
Yeah.
The memes.
We'll get them there. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like when we used to put our advertisements in the paper or for open houses or stuff like that, that's not the place to do it anymore.
No.
More eyes are on Instagram and TikTok now than are on the newspaper.